An AR-15.
Have you been out here for an earthquake?
One of them that didn't scare me.
Yeah.
But I was just sitting by the computer and I was looking at the cat bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get high, and I was looking at the cats, and I was looking at the cat bowls, and all of a sudden, the whole building tipped. And I saw the cat bowls up in the air spinning, and the cats running for their lives. They were acting weird a couple seconds before that, and that's why I go, why are they so fucked up?
Oh, they were acting weird before the earthquake.
Before the earthquake.
They say animals can
sense it.
figure
They
things
sensed
Yeah,
it, and
I've
I'm
heard that
going.
a lot.
So I started looking at the cat bowls. Going,
Dogs
what
will
the
do
fuck is
crazy
going
shit.
on? That they're doing that, and all of a sudden, dog, I just saw the cat bowls. It's like a cartoon up in the air spinning. The earthquake and the whole building shifted. I heard the bricks, the whole thing. I thought about it being at night, sleep apnea. You got to have a conveyor, whatever the fuck. And they sell like for $600. You get one with everything: lights, an iron. It fucking cleans your water.
It's scary as shit when
shit.
you panic about what earthquakes are like before you move here.
Yeah.
You know, and then I remember the first week I was here, I was in an apartment in Sherman Oaks, and I was standing at the kitchen counter of this person's apartment on their laptop sending an email, and I felt and I go, in my head, I go, oh, that's the subway. And I kept typing, and then he goes, you feel that? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, it's crazy, right? That's the earth shaking underneath your feet. And I was like, oh. And it's like a panic sets in. You're like, oh my God, I've actually experienced the earth moving now. And then the next step is like when you're like, if you're asleep and then you feel the dresser, you hear the dresser, or something that's hanging on your wall bumping. You're like, the fuck's going on? It takes you that extra beat to figure out that you're going through an earthquake.
That extra beat is fucked.
How many have you been through?
Nothing big, but like 5.5s, a couple of those.
Yeah.
The first one I was in was an aftershock of the Northridge earthquake. I was staying in North Hollywood, and I was in this shitty apartment. It was made out of like fucking the same boxes that they used like to ship refrigerators in. Like literally, the walls, when the earthquake hit, the walls just went like this. I mean, like the whole thing was just like a giant was pushing on the house.
Scary as fuck, right?
Yeah, well, it's humbling.
Yeah.
Because you realize, like, this is nothing. This isn't chewing up the street. This isn't knocking over any houses. Imagine what it felt like when that big one hit, and it hit for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
For 30 seconds is so long to feel the ground moving. That's why those people moved to Boulder.
Well, that's why. I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
When you have that experience, there's some people that, because for a few days after Northridge, there was aftershocks.
Yeah.
And there's people that one day look at their kids and go, I'm not going through this again.
Yeah.
I work in Wilshire.
Yeah.
I work on Wilshire. I have a big building. What if?
Yeah, sure.
What if you
I
live
was
in
in
like
that fucking
Thousand
building?
Oaks?
What
Yeah.
if? So a lot of people just abandon. That's what everybody's waiting for. An earthquake here. Because then people leave and they sell their houses for dirt cheap. Like, fuck it, we're out.
It does happen.
We're out. We're gone. They don't ever want to experience it again. But then I see a guy like my uncle who's lived here since 55. And I've asked him, were you ever scared? And he goes, you feel them, but...
Dude, when I first moved here, before I first moved here, I was out here for meetings, and I went by a section of the highway, I think it was the 10, that had collapsed. And they were moving cars around it.
Yeah.
And is this what happened?
Yeah.
What is this, an apartment building that collapsed?
Just Northridge earthquake.
Oh, this is the Northridge one?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was a fucking serious earthquake, man.
Yeah.
Like, fucking serious. And when I was driving by this one section of the highway, it collapsed on the lower section. And I remember thinking, that's just shit luck. Like this right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you could be there, and that is just shit luck.
It is, really.
Blam, that thing lands on you, and that's how you go.
That's how
I'm
it goes.
sorry. I am a hard-working individual. I really try to do anything I could to help myself. But when people call me and tell me they want me to go to a meeting in Santa Monica after like 3, unless I'm picking up an envelope, I tell them no. Remember when that kid won the Oscar from Modern Family, and he said, I was always the guy that went to Ocean Avenue at 5 for those auditions.
Yeah.
You deserve an Oscar, because when you switch from the 10 to the 405, you got to wait on that ramp.
Yeah.
That
And
is
if
such
you're
first
high-
world privilege right
And
there.
if you're
It
fucking
is.
high and you're in the middle of that ramp,
Yeah.
your mind starts playing. I'm telling you, I've been stuck on that ramp and I've gone, never again.
Oh, man.
I
used
want to
be,
go through this ramp. I don't ever want to be in the middle of that ramp. That's
Yeah,
not good.
not good.
Your mind starts playing with you, and you remember those images, and you go, "Fuck that."
Okay, let's plan this right now. If the shit hits the fan and this thing
Yeah.
shakes to the ground,
Yeah.
where are we going? Because listen, One of the main reasons why I like being in LA is because I like you guys.
Yeah, so where are we gonna all go?
I like for real, like 100%. Like that was the thing that bothered me the most about Colorado. There was a lot of nice people out there, but I didn't know you guys weren't out there.
You were alone. It's a weird feeling to be alone.
I would see you when we work together, but there's something fun about running into you guys all the time.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it makes life better. We do
It
sets
does.
at the store,
Yeah.
the factory, and wherever we're at. It's more fun. It makes life more fun.
I would
each other's
do
podcast.
100%. I would do a
Yeah.
group move to Colorado. if
Fuck
everyone's
yeah,
down.
that's what I'm talking
I
about.
love that state.
That's what we do. The
Yeah.
group
And
move to
you gotta-
Colorado's the right
And
way.
you got to remember, guys, it's not our decision in that. It could be you go home, Mrs. Rogan sits you down and go,
That's it.
I'm not living through
Yeah.
this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's how. And in fact, I packed the bags. I'm
You got
going
bags
to Colorado without you. I'm going to a hotel. Like some
Yeah.
people, it affects that way.
Oh, yeah.
That they
Yeah.
go like this ends.
right now.
today.
Yeah.
With that earthquake, you're
Yeah,
saying?
like some
sure.
people really.
I bet if
that's
you
what-
feel it, if you feel that motherfucker, the ones that take down highways, if you feel that, you're like, oh my God. Like, and this is not even a really big one.
Yeah.
Really big ones change the shape of continents.
True.
I mean, that's the real fear. The real fear is there's a giant one, like a 10 or an 11.
Part of you, by the way, always feels kind of crazy. Like when I was growing up in Florida with hurricanes, that like after a hurricane, you're like, are we staying after this? And they're like, yeah, it happens all the time. That's Florida's mentality. Like, this just shit happens.
We'll just board up, get beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
Stay in
something
the
about a
house.
hurricane that,
Yeah.
like, for whatever reason, I feel like if you're just in the basement, the top blows off the thing, and you just fucking strap yourself in
Sometimes.
like a wild ride at Disneyland.
But now they give you these warnings. They're like, you're definitely gonna die if you're at the beach, and people still are like, fuck it. And
Yeah.
they're like,
Oh, for sure.
I had my friend's mom. His mom is like 70-something years old, and this big one was coming. They're like, this time we're not fucking around. This is a category 5. This is going to absolutely devastate this area. And she was like, absolutely not. I've been here 40-some years. Nothing ever fucking happens. And he begged her, and she was like, no. And then and it's like, you know, those reports are always rolling the dice because they'll say it's going to be this bad, and then it'll turn or it'll land different.
Yeah.
And it turned into like a tropical storm. She was like, see? But she was like the only person that stayed. And even driving in those tropical storms was unreal, man. Like, you can't see an inch in front of the car.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
really
you're driving
can't.
through a car wash.
We had to stop once. Were you with me when Eddie did that seminar in Miami when we were working at West Palm? Did you go down with us?
No.
We went. Eddie is doing a seminar in West Palm or in Miami. We
Yeah.
were in West Palm. It's like a half-hour away. So we left to go to the seminar, and we were stopped dead on the highway. You could not see an inch in front of the windshield.
It's amazing.
It was
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It lasted for about 15 minutes, but it was just
Yeah. Dude, that
like
happens
the sky
all
opened up.
the time there. All the time.
We don't even know what rain is.
No.
We
I
don't
know.
even know. And I never knew growing up, like in Boston growing up. Growing up in Boston, I never saw that.
Yeah.
We saw it rain. We
Yeah.
never saw that. Like,
No.
that's some next level.
I haven't really seen it duplicated since leaving there.
I saw one.
It's
I saw one.
pretty crazy.
bad- as a child, I saw one bad rainstorm in Jersey, where the clouds got dark.
Yeah.
It started hailing. Have you ever lived through hail in Colorado? That's
Hail is
fucked up.
Did you ever
Yeah.
see videos of when people's cars are
Oh
just
my
getting
God.
destroyed?
Pounded, yeah.
And there's
Pounded.
one guy had a film of a lake. They were watching it, and it slowly ramps up. It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, and he's like, "Whoa, look at the size of this hail!" And then all of a sudden, it's fuck. It's literally like we're being attacked with rocks from space.
That's
like
really
here,
wild.
watch this. Look at this. Look at this
That's
fucking
hail?
guy's pool. Yeah, there's a gang of these, man. But like, look at this one. Look at that. That's rocks. Those are ice
hysterical.
rocks.
It fucks people's
This
cars
is insane.
up.
Oh,
their roofs.
destroys cars.
Whenever this happens
Look
in
at the fucking
Colorado,
water, dude.
1,000 roofers moved to Colorado because there's work for 2 fucking years.
Yeah, but you get KO'd.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, look at it. It's getting worse. This is insane. Dude, you get KO'd. Okay, especially if you're like a little kid.
Oh,
Imagine
definitely.
being a 5-year-old out in this. And you
No,
get
no.
fucking pummeled to death. Has anybody ever died from hail?
Has to have happened.
Seems like it.
The
Look
first
at
week
that
I moved
shit.
to
That's
LA,
insane.
Tom Segura, the first week I moved to LA on a Monday, and that Friday was the North Hollywood shootout. Oh, and
Really?
I was like, I'm not sure if this is the place for me.
That was
I
that
remember
week?
that.
that Monday I came in,